Thank you, sir. Kishore, sir, you can start with the introduction, please.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Sweta, ma'am. Dr. Babji, sir, is working as a senior medical officer at a Pediatric Center of Excellence, Nilafar Hospital, Hyderabad. And sir is a retired employee, formerly worked as DTCO, District Medical and Health Officer, and Joint Director, Medical and Health Services. Presently working as Senior Medical Officer. Over to Dr. Babji, sir.
Hello. Thank you very much, iTech team, and all the participants and the viewers of RDL session. Today's topic is
you can please click on slide and use the mouse button, sir, to move to the next slide.
next slide. Yes. Okay, sir. Pediatrics as a peripherals, the right way. The session of the evening is this objectives of the session are where to make peace as a peripheral and when to make peace as a peripheral, how to make peace as a referral, and steps after peace as a peripheral evaluation. Where to make peace as a peripheral is to Pediatric Center of Excellence, Nilafar Hospital, Hyderabad. When to make peace as a peripheral. There are three criteria or points to make a peace as a peripheral. One is treatment failure, and two is adverse effects which cannot be dealt at a peripheral institutional level and otherwise. This is also given in a PPF referral form. 1, 2, 3 points on the right side of the form, it is mentioned. And how to make a peace as a peripheral. It is through PPF form. And the steps for peace as a referral evaluation is evaluation can be done at your level by following all procedures, given procedures by NACO and sometimes by guidelines. Why pediatrics as a treatment failure criteria in children less than 5 years differs from adults because CD4 counts are physiologically high in this age group. Peace as a diagnostic dilemmas in differentiating between opportunistic infections, iris, and adverse drug reactions in the setting of suspected treatment failure. Limited antiretroviral drug options in children. Treatment failure criteria in children below 5 years age group is up to 1 year or 1.5 years. Generally, we don't put any child on ERT medicines. Then the case come from 1.5 years to 5 years and 5 years and above age group only in general. And the pediatric diagnostic dilemmas in differentiating between opportunistic infections, OIs, and iris. Immune reconstitution inflammatory syndrome and adverse drug reactions in the given set. Introduction. The most important goal of ERT is to ensure maximal and sustained suppression of viral replication while maintaining future therapeutic options of the children living with HIV and AIDS. Consistent high level adherence to ART is key to achieve this goal and to maintain the child on first line ART for as long as possible. HIV drug resistance evolves naturally due to the selective pressure from drugs from immune system. With longer duration of therapy, prodigious HIV replication rate and error-prone reverse transcriptase in varying degree of drug resistance is bound to occur even with high treatment adherence levels. Pediatric SASAP at PCOE Neelofer Hospital, Hyderabad. This backdrop is PSASAP was constituted in August 2012. PSASAP members are Superintendent of Hospital, Neelofer Pediatric Hospital, and the Program Director, Deputy Program Director, and JD TSAX or Regional Coordinator TSAX. These are the members of Pediatric SASAP team, Clinical Expert Panel team rather. Till now, total 93 patients have been evaluated under PSASAP. Among these, 27 children are institutional, that is from PCOA or ART Center, Neelofer Hospital. 28 are referred from other peripheral institutions. Number of sessions they have conducted is 49. PSASAP case referrals from peripheral art centers, the figures are as follows. ART Center Warangal 4 cases, ART Center Nalgonda 4, Gandhi Hospital 3 cases, Chest Hospital 3 cases, ART Mehboob Nagar 2 cases, ART Ramagundam 1 case, Janagam, Siddipet, Khammam and Tandur ART centers referred 1 case each. Nil referrals from ART centers Adilabad, Apollo Hospital, Bhadrachalam, Jagityal, Kamareddy, Karimnagar, Nizamabad, Sangareddy, and Suryapet. There are no referral cases so far for PSASAP. The SASAP referral mechanism is ART centers refer cases through email initially in prescribed format, that is RRF. Request referral form, it is called. PSASAP reviews the details and provide feedback if necessary. A date for physical evaluation will be sent to the ART center and patient also. Child visits to PSASAP as per given appointment along with all reports and investigations. Clinical evaluation based on investigation records are reviewed. PSASAP committee evaluates and recommendations will be sent to the concerned ART center for further management. This is the PSASAP referral mechanism. Reasons for PSASAP referral mechanism is ART drug toxicity for alternative first line, management of severe OIs and drug-related complications. That is given in RRF form on the right side, I told you, and other pediatric dilemmas in management of HIV infected children below 15 years of age. And suspected first line failure and suspected second line failure also. Suspected first line is a common phenomenon, but suspected second line failure, there are no cases so far to this PCOA. monitoring after initiation of ART, clinical monitoring, monthly clinical evaluation, that is growth, development and nutrition through growth charts and clinical examination also. Any new clinical event in the monthly evaluation and monthly child visit to ART center. TB screening, that is 4S symptoms screening, fever, night sweat, loss of weight, like that. This 4S screening. For iris, immune reconstitution inflammatory syndrome. In such cases, for adverse reactions of ART or OI drugs, for drug interactions, treatment adherence and evaluation at every visit. This is to be done by counselors mostly, and other things are to be looked after by ART medical officer himself. ART treatment failure. Treatment failure, loss of antiretroviral efficacy, which requires the switch of the line or regimen. Treatment failure is identified by using three main criteria, that is clinical criteria, immunological criteria, and third one is virological criteria. The definitions of a treatment failure in children, clinical failure is defined as a new or recurrent clinical event indicating severe immunodeficiency. That is a WHO clinical 4-stage conditions after 6 months of effective treatment. Progressive neurological development or deterioration and growth failure. These comments are the condition must be differentiated from iris. Some WHO stage 3 and 4 conditions, lymph node TB, uncomplicated TB pleural disease, esophageal candidiasis, recurrent bacterial pneumonia, may not indicate treatment failure. WHO stages, actually there are 4 stages given. Stage 1 is asymptomatic and lymphadenopathy. They are come under stage 1, and stage 2 are briefly hepatosplenomegaly, tonsillitis, CSOM, ASOM, recurrent upper respiratory tract infection, herpes zoster, recurrent oral ulceration, fungal nail infections, extensive warts, molluscum contagiosum, parotitis. These are all stage 2 presentations, and stage 3 are moderate malnutrition, persistent diarrhea, persistent fever, oral candidiasis, hairy oral leukoplakia, lymph node TB, pulmonary tuberculosis, pneumonias, bronchiectasis, all branded as stage 3. Stage 4 are wasting and marked loss of weight. SAM means severe acute malnutrition, PCP or PCJ infection, empyema, meningitis, disseminated tuberculosis, chronic herpes simplex. Chronic and recurrent repeated herpes simplex comes under stage 4, whereas herpes zoster comes under stage 3. Esophageal candidiasis, this is stage 4. Extrapulmonary tuberculosis, Kaposi sarcoma, Hodgkin's lymphoma, cryptosporidiosis, CNS toxoplasmosis, HIV encephalopathy. These are stage 4 presentations for your ready reckoner. Treatment failure, time of detection. This is a famous chart and like a gold standard for evaluating treatment failure. Treatment failure, this is in the time x-axis. Treatment failure generally starts with the viral load increase. Generally, in our setup, it is more than 1,000 copies, you all know. Later, after some time, this CD4 count starts falling. And later, clinical status at a later stage, finally, this also starts deteriorating. This is presented by weight loss or recurrent fever, recurrent diarrhea, like that. That is the last clinical presentation. Viral load testing. Now, viral load testing is being done at all the ERT centers. Any pediatric patient with the subsequent viral load of more than 1,000 may be referred for PSASP after ensuring adherence of 95%. This is generally 10 to 20% of cases, the viral load is more than 1,000. But the subsequent viral load cases more than 1,000 copies are fit for referral to PSASP. The number one criteria for referral of PSASP is adherence more than 95%. And opportunistic infections, OA status must be addressed before contemplating the referral for PSASP. Opportunistic infections like stage 3 and 4 must be addressed before contemplating for PSASP referral. Before suspecting treatment failure, ensure that a child should have been on at least 6 months of ERT treatment. Adherence to therapy should have been assessed and considered optimal. That is more than 95% of adherence. Any intercurrent OIs must be treated and resolved. Iris should be excluded. Generally, the iris problem comes during the early stages of ERT or ARV treatment. It must be noted and recorded, and it must be excluded before contemplating a treatment failure or referral for PSASP. The child should be receiving adequate nutrition. Primary malnutrition should be ruled out. This can be assessed by this WHO growth charts. This is also important once you consider this treatment failure or for referral. Defining treatment failure in CLHIVs. Clinical failure in children aged more than 12 months. As on today, there are no cases at our center because till 1.5 years we are not starting ART drugs. They are on cotrimoxazole syrup, and for 1.5 months they are on nevirapine syrup. As such, there are no such cases as on today. Growth monitoring is, there are so many graphs provided by WHO and to their standard. Faltering in growth is a sensitive indicator of treatment failure. It is often occurs even before opportunistic infections or symptoms come overt. A large observational data set emphasizes the importance of growth monitoring in the routine clinical assessment of CLHIVs and suggested that loss of weight or poor weight gain are potential signs of treatment failure. Growth monitoring is assessed by interpreting the child's anthropometric parameters in relation to WHO reference standards for age and sex. WHO growth reference standards are available as charts and tables. Serial recording gives a good idea about a child's growth over a period of time. When the child's growth parameters falter, serial recordings on a growth chart will no longer be parallel to the standard growth curves. Some standard charts are shown here. This is growing well. Number one chart, growing well, encourage mother to feed as before. Second chart is on the right side, growth curve is flattening. Urgent assessment needed. Growth curve flattening means on the right side of the chart, it is not going up or northward direction, it is flattened. So it requires some assessment at a mother level or institutional level or treatment level. Losing weight, urgent assessment needed. The curve is on the declining side, southward this thing, just like a COVID curve, which requires assessment. Assessment of nutrition as well as a growth. These are the growth monitoring charts. This green line, green straight line in the middle is a normal growth monitoring curve. The upper one is plus 25D, that is excess weight, and 35D is overweight, and minus 25D and minus 35D is malnutrition and the severe acute malnutrition, kwashiorkor. It's like it is to be followed before assessing growth monitoring. This is also same. Two more lines are given to emphasize more on this growth monitoring chart. This is growth monitoring chart with the x-axis and y-axis with well tabulation. Defining a treatment failure in children. This is immunological failure. It's 12 to 36 months. 1 to 3 years of age. This is CD4 falls below 15%. CD4 falls below 15% is this is CD4 count and percentage. It is a ready reckoner like. It is displayed in our this CD4 count, that long strip which we get from our CD4 machine. From 36 to 59 months, that is 3 to 5 years of age, CD4 count falls below 10%. It can come it will come under immunological failure. That is more than 5 years, 60 months of age, fall of CD4 count to pre-therapeutic level. This is when a child is put on treatment, say 500, nowadays 500 CD4 count. In any month, any part of this course of treatment, if it falls below 500 CD4, absolute CD4 count, you can contemplate a treatment failure. Second point is 50% fall from on treatment peak value. Suppose that starting CD4 count is 500. Peak treatment CD4 count is 900. 50% fall from the peak level, that is 900 by 2, that 50% is 450. Below 450 CD4 count, this is an indication for treatment failure in children on ERT. Similarly, persistent CD4 levels below 100 cells per ml is also indication for and a definition for treatment failure in CL HIVs. Three criteria, that is CD4 count below pre-therapeutic level, and the second point is 50% from the peak level and persistent below 100 cells per ml. Defining treatment failure in CL HIVs, this is virological failure. Children aged more than 1 year and subsequent viral load more than 100 copies for at least twice, 2 times more than 1,000 copies can be considered and defined as a treatment failure. ERT monitoring strategy. Clinical monitoring at every visit. Growth monitoring with WHO growth charts. Clinical monitoring by medical officer and growth monitoring, WHO charts are prepared by nutritionist. Sometimes it can be compared. Clinical assessment and staging. Clinical assessment means staging. We have given the chart, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, it's like that. Clinical assessment and comparing for this staging of WHO staging. 4S screening for TB. This is made mandatory nowadays. 4S screening is done at 2-3 levels. The CCC of ERT center first asks for 4S screening, and at medical officer level also it can be screened. Immunological monitoring, CD4 count every 6 months. Earlier depending on CD4 value and clinical judgment. Adherence support and monitoring to ensure 95% of adherence. Determine if co-triamoxazole is required or not based on CD4 count levels and CD4 WHO clinical staging. These are the definitions under treatment failure in CL HIVs. And when it comes to case study, a patient, case study 1, patient diagnosed with a child diagnosed with HIV 3 years of age in December 2006. Last follow-up till February 6, 2016, 13 years of age. Presented with oral candidiasis, severe wasting, and stunting of growth. CD4 count is only 3, and the TB screening was negative. He was on ART ZLA, started on 29 February 2016, presented on 1st June 2016, the behavioral change, agitation for two to 3 months, and a severe headache and vomiting for 2 to 3 days. MRI skull revealed multiple tuberculomas. Repeat is CD4 count reveals 100 number for mm³. Is this a treatment failure? The onset of new symptoms after initiating ART can indicate one of the following: adverse drug reactions, iris, and new opportunistic infections. Has presented with 4 months of starting ART and has shown partial immunological recovery. Diagnosed as TB iris, started on ATT with steroids, and ART continued. Adherence to therapy is stressed. The case study 2. Child Y diagnosed as HIV and disseminated TB at 7 years of age. Started on ATT followed by ART, ALE regimen. SLE slamivudine based changed to ALN. Once ATT stopped and then to ZLN due to lipodystrophy. He has a persistent bronchiectasis with recurrent episodes of chest infection. His adherence has been more than 98%. Presently on ART ZLN regimen and Ciplin, Septron, and prednisolone 5 milligrams on alternate days, furosemide and sildenafil and Seroflow inhaler with spacer. This is the chart relating to that person, and the second chart shows flattening. Case study 2, the growth parameters and the CD4 profile is as follows. Dated 16/12/17, weight 13 kgs, and body mass index is 11.3 and CD4 was 22. 23/18, weight was 14 kgs and BMI 12 and CD4 was 247. On 9/3/18, weight was 16.8 kgs. Body mass index was 13.1 and the CD4 count was 264. On 18/5/19, weight was 17 kgs and the CD4 count was 164 only. The percentage was 9. 9/12/19, weight was 18 kgs and the CD4 count was 362 and the CD4 percentage was 12. The patient had recurrent infections as well as growth faltering. SASAP evaluation was done in view of clinical failure. Viral load done, confirmed treatment failure. He is presently on second line ART drugs. Case study 3. A 9-year-old Yes, sorry.
If there are any questions from the participants, they can please unmute their microphone and ask their questions. Microphone is open for all now.
Still there questions.
Yes, just a moment. There are still 4 or 5 slides. There is some interruption at this level.
No issues, sir. Please take your time.
Forty slide.
Sir, please let me know if you want me to share the screen.
Yeah, you can.
I'll share the screen. No issues, sir. I'll share the screen. Yeah, please tell me next slide whenever it is applicable.
Yeah.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, screen is visible.
Yeah, same slide.
But just a moment. Previous slide.
Yes.
Previous slide, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sorry
Yeah,
for
you
the
can continue,
interruption.
sir. No.
These are the case studies. Mandi raavadallu. Can you please change the slide, please, at your level?
Next slide, sir.
Yeah, next slide.
Yes, sir.
This is the RRF form. Sorry for the interruption. The request form for SASAP at PCOE. Next slide, please. This summary we receive, or SASAP panel receives from your side is this form. Next slide, please. Okay, these are all documents required to refer a case child to PSASAP. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is SASAP referral should include name, date of birth, present age, date, age, at diagnosis, mode of transmission, HIV status of the family, at the time of registration, date, age, clinical presentation, clinical stage, CD4 counts, and percentages, and anthropometry. Data for ART initiation and regime started. Next slide, please. Case summary of SASAP referral should include ART drug history, any substitution or previous switch, and its reasons, history of opportunistic infections, adherence profile, anthropometric progress in the form of weight for age, height for age, and BMI more than 10 years with the Z scores, CD4 count plus percentage profile since ART initiation with the most recent within 1 month of CD4 count plus percentage in the baseline investigations. Any relevant investigations done recently to rule out opportunistic infections like MRI, CT scan, like that. Case summary for SASP referral should include ART drug history and adherence profile, history of OIs. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is another this thing with all investigation details. Next slide, please. Yeah, next slide, please. Evaluation. Replay for the SASP to back to ART centers. This is the format. Next slide, please. After evaluation, this is the generally letter prescribed and sent to ART centers. Next slide, please. Checklist for preparing a case summary for PSASP referral. This is the pro forma. Next slide, please. The key points in right way is suspecting treatment failure is based on opportunistic infections, so iris and adherence in pediatric patients is challenging. Need for PSASP. Ensure that the child is on optimal ART for at least 6 months before sending a referral. Poor adherence is most important factor for treatment failure in children. Growth faltering is a sensitive indicator for treatment failure. Thus, growth monitoring using WHO growth charts should be regularly done to pick up clinical failure. A thorough case summary as per the checklist is important for SASP evaluation and making a right direction. Next slide, please. This is the acknowledgements to NACO and MO training PPTs and Dr. Neha Gaur and ITech team. Now we can go for any feedback, any questions on this. Any questions, please?
Yes, thank you, sir, for the informative session. Participants are requested to unmute, or they can even type in the chat box if they have any questions. Any questions regarding pediatric SASP referrals? So I don't think there are any questions coming up.
Oh, okay.
Can please feel free to write back to the PCOE if you have any questions. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Kishore, sir, for the coordination. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith.
We can end the meeting.